Listen to the conversations. Check the correct answers.
Number 9.
Dad, when did you get your first car?
Well, by the time I was a junior in high school, I had gotten a part-time job so that I could buy a used car.
But you won't let me get a part-time job.
I know, but before I got my first job, I was really immature. You know, I should have spent more time trying to get good grades instead of trying to get a car.
You didn't get good grades?
Well, I almost didn't graduate at the end of my senior year. Luckily, a school counselor noticed what was happening. She said I'd be able to buy any kind of car I wanted after I finished college and got a good-paying job.
So she helped you get your priorities straight.
Yep, a diploma was more important than a car.
Number 10.
Now I understand why you won't let me get a job.
Good. That's my smart girl.
However, I'm still interested in hearing about what else you did or didn't do in high school. Do you have any other regrets?
Well, if I'd been more serious about school, I wouldn't have taken stuff like woodshop. I should have taken more college-required classes.
Do you mean like higher math classes?
Exactly. And that's why I'm so concerned about the courses you choose. I want you to have no regrets when you graduate next year.
Number 11.
Gosh, Fiona, have you noticed how many coffee shops there are around campus these days?
Well, there are at least 5, and each one has a different atmosphere, lighting, furnishings. I don't know how they all stay in business.
Sounds normal to me. In order to be successful, it's important to have all those things plus great drinks and snacks. And it has to be different from the rest.
I guess you're right. And don't forget good music.
Yes, I agree. There's one place I like best. It's called Cafe Mozart, and they only play music by Mozart.
And you like that?
Sure. It's my favorite kind of music to study by.
Number 12.
How about you, Fiona? Where do you go?
Me? Well, I love the Java Bean because I always get a perfect cappuccino.
The Java Bean? Where's that?
On University Drive. It's the most popular coffee bar near campus because of its great mix of music.
The most popular, huh?
Yeah, and for it to stay that way, it needs to attract new customers. So, let's go and I'll buy you a coffee.
Thanks, Fiona, but I don't drink coffee.
But you were... Okay, chai tea then. Let's go.
Listen to the conversations. Check the correct answers.
Number 13.
Okay, Rick. I think everything is ready for the party. What time did you tell everyone to show up?
Oh, around 7:30 or 8.
Great. Are Linda and Bill coming?
Well, I guess so. I left Bill a voicemail.
Oh, no. Bill never checks his messages. You should have talked to him.
But every time I called, I got his voicemail.
But you work with Linda. You could have invited her at work.
I'm sorry. I thought Bill would get the message.
I'm going to try to call them right now.
Number 14.
You know, Chris, I'm really fed up with Jerry.
Why's that? He seems like a nice guy. In fact, I really enjoy working with him. He tells hilarious stories.
Well, he does everything he can to impress the director. He's so polite to her. And he even gave her an expensive gift on her birthday.
Oh, I certainly wouldn't have done that.
I think he's trying to get a promotion.
It's a very big assumption, Pat. Don't forget that he's nice to everyone, not just our boss.
Number 15.
Hey, Amy, I hear you're studying filmmaking.
Yeah, it's what I've always wanted to do.
So, what has to happen to make a movie?
First, the director divides the script into scenes.
Oh, why's that?
Well, the scenes may not be shot in the order they appear in the script. Different scenes may have to be done at different locations or at certain times, you know.
So the director is someone who is very organized.
Absolutely. Anyway, many different shots are taken, and the director chooses the best takes.
So how is the final version made?
Well, the takes are put together by the director and the editor. Then music, sound effects, and any computer graphics are added. And there's your movie.
Part A. Listen to people discussing changes that will affect these areas in the next 50 years. Check the correct topic.
Number 1.
Well, I think unemployment is going to keep getting worse.
I agree. As companies get more efficient and more computerized, they're finding ways of using less staff.
So I guess people will find it hard to get a good job unless they have excellent qualifications.
Yeah, I think that's probably true. But I also think that because of computers, more and more people will be telecommuting instead of going into an office.
Wow, I'd really love that. Can you imagine spending most of your work week in the comfort of your own home?
Personally, I would get so much more done. And with email, instant messaging, and video conferencing, you can still keep in touch with everyone you need to.
Well, I'd certainly enjoy it, but I don't know if I'd get more done or not. I'm afraid I might just turn on the TV and zone out.
Number 2.
I think there are going to be huge changes in the way people use cars. They'll probably have made laws about what kind of car you can own and when you can use it.
And I bet it'll be impossible for people to use cars whenever they like. There'll just be too many of them on the roads.
Exactly. People will have to rely on other modes of transportation, especially trains.
Why do you say that?
Well, we won't be able to use cars, and airports take up too much space. With the supply of land for airports shrinking around the world, there are going to be fewer airports and fewer plane flights. That leaves trains.
Huh. So do you think there will be more efficient train systems between cities?
Sure. There may even be trains going under the oceans to connect the major continents.
Under the oceans? Get out of here. I get nervous enough flying on a plane.
Number 3.
I think kids are going to have to stay in school until they're older, maybe until they're 20 or 21.
Why?
Well, one reason is that there simply won't be enough jobs for everyone, so it will be necessary to keep kids in school longer.
I think they will have found a way for us to learn without teachers. There will be computer learning programs that can instruct you much more quickly than a teacher, and they'll also make learning much more fun.
Are you saying that our teachers weren't any fun?
Well, okay, maybe some of them were fun.
Number 4.
Every day you hear about some new medical breakthrough on the news.
Yeah. Who knows what they'll have done in the next 50 years?
I hope that in the next 50 years, new drugs will have been discovered that will enable people to lose weight permanently without dieting.
And hopefully they will have found cures for many of the diseases that are around today, so people will live longer.
How much longer do you think?
I bet that within the next 50 years, most people will live to be over 100.
Part B. Listen to the conversations. Check the correct answers.
Number 5.
Ugh, Frank. I really need to get in shape, but I'm having trouble deciding what's the best plan for me.
Well, what about going to the community swimming pool, Sandy? It's a nice pool and just down the street from your place.
Actually, I've tried that already, and it didn't work for me. I was too tired to swim after working all day.
Then why don't you join that new fitness center near your office? You could go during your lunch hour.
I don't know. I've joined gyms before, and I always stop going for one reason or another. They're a waste of money if you're a member but never go.
Well, then, I think you've got a predicament.
Number 6.
Hey, Sandy, what about getting a personal trainer?
I never thought of that before.
A trainer can help you in 2 ways. Help you get in better shape and keep you motivated.
Well, do you know where I can find one?
You can probably find ads for trainers on the web.
Sure, but I'd rather get a recommendation. From someone who's had one.
Oh, I just remembered. My cousin Rachel had a trainer and she really thought he was great.
I remember. Then she ran in the Boston Marathon. Amazing. I'll get her number from you then.
Number 7.
Hey, Pam, did you see those photos that were sent from the 2 rovers on Mars?
Yes, isn't it exciting? I love space exploration.
Me too, but a lot of it happened before I was born, back in 1985. How long have we been exploring space?
Well, the so-called space race really began during the early 1960s, when I was a kid. And ever since, I've really been fascinated by space travel and exploration.
Yeah, but I think space travel is finished for now, don't you?
Oh, no, Jerry. The future holds a lot of possibilities for space research and travel, and who knows?
Number 8.
Well, Pam, do you think by 2050 we will have set up human communities on Mars?
Probably not. But perhaps by then people will have bought land on the moon and started building homes on it.
No. Really?
Yes. And those little rovers will be continuing to perform their research on Mars and other planets, too. Scientists will be able to use even bigger robots to do almost anything, like building cities in space.
I guess you're right. Just think of our International Space Station.
Yes, I think that robots and astronauts will be performing amazing things in the future.